Alright, it is time for another episode of the Super Buff Tower series. This time going to try out Energizer of all towers. The reason being is that the main attack from Energizer did get a pretty significant buff. The damage was increased from 1 to 5, so of course that is a 5-time damage increase. As well as the fact that you do have the Submarine Paragon, which does multiply damage by, what is it, like 6 times for submarines? I can't actually remember. I was planning to make a kind of super buffed Energizer when Sub Paragon came out. I just never really got around to kind of doing so. But I figured now was the perfect time to do so. Definitely is a pretty interesting change overall, since no one was really going for Energizer for kind of DPS. I still don't think too many people are going to still go for Energizer for kind of main DPS, but I mean it is a somewhat viable kind of option now if you really want to do that. Now, something that was newly introduced in this update that is kind of annoying is if you kind of look at this farm here, the white outline of the farm isn't perfectly centered. Like, as you can kind of see, it doesn't actually it's not fully centered on kind of the farm itself. That's an interesting bug that was added this update. Not really sure how, I guess it would be caused, but I'd be kind of curious to hear some theories about that one. Now, I don't really think this Energizer buff is really going to make it, I guess, meta, because most people who are going for Energizer are still really only going to use it for either the cooldown reduction or the kind of faster hero leveling, as well as like being decently good at kind of cleaning up ceramics with it being kind of submerged. You still do kind of want to have the Energizer submerged when you're dealing with kind of ceramics. It really just kind of help it with mob damage with the kind of main attack. So I guess if you just need a little bit more mob damage, you could unsubmerge the Energizer, but you would lose out on the cooldown reduction. So I think Energizer is still going to be mainly used for support, with, I guess, you know, you can unsubmerge the Energizer just in case you need a little bit extra mob damage for whatever reason. Alrighty, round 39 has been reached. Before I actually sell anything, I'm actually going to get Brickle down. I don't think I left enough space to get Brickle below the sub, so I'll just kind of do this next best option. So let's see, I'm going to get this guy. It's not in range of every farm, but I think it's fine. So let's see, hopefully I do have enough to be able to afford a thing. 34,000. We're close. I mean, I could sell Trap if I really want to. I mean, sure, I guess, why not? I could always get it back. We only have like 1,800, but this should honestly be enough. 5 damage does go pretty hard, so I guess I could continue farming. Although we do kind of need intel around, so I will just kind of spam some Dart Monkeys just to get camo. And then for whenever the ceramic cluster spawns, I could just submerge this guy, like right here. Yeah, and the ceramic wave gets deleted, and I can just kind of unsubmerge. This will be pretty slow, so unfortunately I probably won't be able to afford kind of being essential, but I mean, I think it's fine. Even though we do kind of need a lot of defense, especially if we're going to get True Sun God and Submarine Paragon, I still think it will be fine overall. As I feel like later tiers should be so easy that we can definitely catch up in farming. Alright, let me submerge one more time. Perfect. I'm going to get him on strong, so that way we can actually kind of focus him. I think defense can maybe handle the rest, just barely though. I forgot to submerge. Let me get you on first so we can target this. That's gonna kill me. Alright, this time I'll be sure to submerge early. Perfect, okay. So it seems like whenever we're dying to kind of AI balloons, I need to get this guy on submerged. It took 9 rounds, but I mean, that's not too bad. Could be worse. Alright, so we should have a lot of money after selling all this. Let's see. Yeah, like 74,000 should be more than enough, although most of that's going to be going into Energizer anyways. Alright, so what do I want to do? I can maybe get an overclock. I will get jungle drums on this guy. I don't really believe we'll be able to afford an essential even after kind of selling everything. Hopefully that's fine. So I don't think one overclock BRF is going to make a ton of money. Although I could get back my essential markets that I did send up selling, just to help out a little bit. Which I think that's what I'll end up doing. is what this is, 28,000, and this is 11,000. So I do have a decent amount in terms of, I guess, selling power. Let's get this guy up to Central Market, and we just kind of keep going from here. Hopefully this one doesn't take too long, although even with overclock, it's still not as fast as I would like it to be. This will work, but just very slowly. Hopefully I can at least be able to afford Central Market. I probably won't be able to afford Ultra Boost as well, but that's fine, honestly. Let me submerge this one. The last ceramic wave is going to be quite interesting if we can't pop Bloonarius before he gets to like here where this bridge is. Alright, this is the last ceramic wave, which just gets absolutely deleted. Nice. And then this is going to take around the same length as last time. I'm guessing like 9 or 10 rounds. Although our DPS has kind of fallen off a bit towards the end here. So it might take even longer. I think this will be my last Central Market I go for. It probably won't pay itself off enough time before I need to kind of sell it again. And then, perfect. That's over. Sell that. Go back for this. Going to sell this one, this one, this one, this one. We are able to afford being essential on round 69. Nice, I guess. So not really bad progress at all. Alright, so I managed to save 50,000, got a couple of BRFs on the field. This tier should be, I think, pretty quickly, because Sub Commander does double the damage of all the subs in range. So this guy's going to be doing 10 damage, which is pretty nuts. I am going to get Ultra Boost on this guy, but I think I want to go for kind of Homeland first. Damage is looking pretty slow, but it should start speeding up once we get Homeland on the field. Double attack speed does go pretty hard. I would like to keep farming, but I do think I need to go for kind of Ultra Boost right about now. And so I will kind of save up for that. The only downside is you want to actually be Ultra Boosting the farm, which I feel like needs Ultra Boosting the most. But I'm looking at the damage, I feel like, you know, we definitely do need kind of Ultra Boost here. So we kind of need to pop rounds as soon as we can, which is kind of counterintuitive for bossing. But in this specific scenario, I kind of do want to. Alright, Ultra Boost has been afforded. It's still going to take a while until we see the full power of Ultra Boost, but it's nice to kind of get it down. I'm going to continue farming with stuff because I think this should be enough here. And it seems that Energizer has actually been pretty consistent this entire run. Like each and every run has taken around like 7, 8, or like kind of 9 rounds. So I guess A+ for Energizer being consistent at least. Alright, so that's here I guess wasn't too terrible, but not really ideal. I only have like 12 rounds of farming. I can run out of space. I'm gonna have to be pretty creative of where I want to put stuff. Alright, so let me just get some more tech bots down for Glue Storm. Let me get Cripple Moab. Didn't buy him at kind of the middle of rounds just because he would stall rounds a bit too long. And surprisingly, it's actually... Bloonarius is getting chunked down quite nicely. And I still haven't gotten Brittle, so I will get him now. And I will just kind of remember to Chinook him all around the map. I think I could maybe go for Submarine Paragon now. It's like, what, 400,000? I just kind of realized that by getting Sub Paragon, that's going to remove my overclock stacks on this guy. So yeah, I'll just wait until tier 5. Also, we actually are kind of dying to ZOMGs. Hopefully Sub can clean up. We're actually dying, surprisingly. Okay, I'll put Brittle there, put it here. And then I will kind of move one of the Chinooks to the back to kind of blow ceramics back. Are we good? Are we safe? Doesn't really feel like it, but somehow we're still alive. Okay. I completely forgot to set this guy to first, but oh well. Hopefully the last set of ZOMGs are easier. I think they should be, since I don't think Bloonarius will kind of be in the way blocking the Energizer here. Yeah, ZOMGs got absolutely melted. Urkel has finally reached level 20, although it didn't really make too much of a difference, as level 20 doesn't buff naval tactics in any way. Alright, so now that we've finished that, I am going to get the Nautic Siege Core. So let me just get this. Submerge it. Then there should be space. I did make sure to leave space. There it is. Alright, now that we've got that buff. I don't know if Sub-Commander and Nautic Siege Core stack. My guess is no, honestly. I mean, I guess I could get Sub-Commander back. I mean, the two icons do show up. I don't know if it actually does stack. I guess I'll have to consult the wiki. Alright, so tier 5 has rolled in finally. Let me just get the last damage adder, and then I didn't tech off Homeland. Did get True Sun God. I did want to put kind of True Sun God kind of down here, where kind of the abilities would be. Unfortunately, there just was enough space for a Super Monkey. It's too thick. So I think this is kind of the next best spot I could think of. And Submarine is actually doing pretty decently. Kind of no surprise in that regard, to be honest. Because at this point, it's doing well over double-digit damage. At this point, it should be doing maybe like around 15, 16, maybe even 20. Although, unfortunately, Sub-Commander is now doing damage, and it's actually doing quite a lot, because it unfortunately does have all the buffs Energizer does, just kind of minus Ultra Boost. But Energizer is still doing majority of the DPS, and it's only going to take like 3 rounds for Energizer to kind of finish him off. So I guess good job Energizer for being one of the kind of upper echelon of fastest Bloonarius kills. A pretty interesting kind of buff overall. I mean, was it needed? You know, no, but you know, I don't think buffs need to be, I guess, 100% necessary for kind of buffs to happen. I guess it does make this guy a little bit better against kind of Moabs if you watch Charlie in like a Gyms run. I don't think you'd be using this for kind of main DPS because I think there are much better DPS options for around the same cost or cheaper, but still is a pretty interesting and unique and buff overall. So I guess this does give my seal of approval.